Hi, this is Adam, and in this presentation I'm going to introduce you to the very basics of Swedish word order. We're going to start with three types of sentences in their most basic form. Statements, such as, he's here. Yes/no questions, such as, is he here? And WH questions, such as, why is he here? A statement is, well, a statement. The most basic form of a statement is a subject followed by a verb. For example, katten äter. Natten kommer. Skogen sjunger. A yes/no question is a question to which the answer is yes or no. These are formed by doing the opposite of what you do for a statement, by putting the verb first and the subject after it. Äter katten. Kommer natten. Sjunger skogen. A WH question is a question made with an interrogative word, also called a question word, such as what, when, why, and who, hence the name. When forming such a question, the question word always goes first, followed by the verb, and finally the subject. Vad äter katten? När kommer natten? Varför sjunger skogen? Now, when we want to negate a sentence, we add the word inte. In order to do that, we first want to identify the subject and the verb. Let's take one of each sentence types and do this. Of course, at this point, identifying these two is not very complicated because it's pretty much all we got. But the point is this: identifying this unit of subject and verb is crucial to the placement of the negative inte, and indeed all clausal adverbs, because it will be placed immediately after, like this. It's unimportant in what order the subject and the verb come. The important thing is that they are next to each other, forming a unit. We can take other sentences and do the same thing. Subject, verb, unit, inte. Again, at this point it's pretty straightforward. Okay, so let's add something else. Let's add another verb, like can or want. This way we can make sentences like the cat wants to eat, which is katten vill äta. When we have two verbs like this, one will be modifying the other, and this modifying verb is the one that will take up the principal verbal slot. The second verb, the one being modified, is pushed back and placed after the subject-verb unit. This verb is always in the infinitive form. Let's do the same thing with the other sentence types. We'll start with this one, äter katten. We take this sentence and we add vill. Vill katten äta? Now, what happened here? First of all, vill is the modifying verb, and therefore it takes the verb slot. This means that äter gets pushed away from the verbal slot to the position after the subject-verb unit. And because it's no longer in the verb slot, we have to change it to the infinitive äta. Again, if you have two verbs like this, the second one is always in the infinitive form. Otherwise, it's 100% ungrammatical. Next one. Varför äter katten? Same thing here. We have our verb slot and our subject slot. And when we add vill, it goes in the verb slot, forcing äter to move out of the subject-verb unit to the end, where it becomes an infinitive. Some rules of thumb for what verb you should associate with the verb slot. The finite verb, if you're into serious grammar. This tends to be the first verb of the two, as well as the verb that is not in the infinitive. The infinitive form of a verb and the principal verb slot are completely incompatible, and you will never ever find a verb in the infinitive in this position. Alright, let's go back to our sentences again. If we want to negate these, we do the exact same thing as we did last time. We identify the subject and the principal verb so that we get our subject-verb unit. Again, it doesn't matter what order they come in. The important thing is they're forming a unit. Unlike before, inte is placed immediately after this unit, separating the infinitive from the finite verb. But remember, the two verbs do not form a unit. The finite verb and the subject do. Katten vill inte äta. Vill katten inte äta? Varför vill katten inte äta? Okay, that's enough for this video. Now, let's do a quick exercise to reinforce what we just went through. I'm going to take these two words here and build sentences with them. For each sentence, I'll add one or more new words that you'll see to the left. A question mark makes it a yes/no question. Okay? See if you can follow me. Katten sover. Sover katten? Varför sover katten? Katten vill sova. Katten sover inte. Vill katten sova? Varför vill katten sova? Katten kan inte sova. Kan katten inte sova? Varför kan katten inte sova? There we go. Remember that you can always rewind and listen again if you think I went too fast. Also, I was using normal prosody here, which means that repeating these sentences could also be a nice little exercise if you want to practice Swedish prosody. Anyhow, that's it for this time. Stay tuned for more videos about Swedish word order, grammar, and pronunciation. Until then, thank you for watching.